Hey everyone, it's your host, Kaylee, and welcome to our Sanctuary podcast. In this episode, we will be talking about my journey on physical fitness so far, and I hope you all enjoy. For those who are just tuning in, this is our Sanctuary podcast, and it is a series where I talk about my journey through mental health, physical fitness, and spirituality. This podcast was established to create a safe place for me and everyone to share our stories as well as to inspire each other. And with that, let's get started. Just a quick disclaimer before we start, though. I am not a professional, and in no way do I pretend to be. This podcast is me being vulnerable and sharing my own journey, hopefully making a safe place for others to do the same. If you try something I've said has worked for me, and it doesn't turn out for you, that's okay, because everyone is different, and I genuinely hope that you find something that works for you. So, this episode is my physical fitness so far. And I know, so far it's been my story, my, what helps me with motivation, and now it's my physical fitness. And, like I say in my intro, this podcast is about me, but it's also just awareness and making a safe place so that when I'm vulnerable, other people feel that they can be vulnerable as well. So opening off, I do struggle with physical fitness. Yay. I have struggled with weight quite a bit. There have been two times in my life I can say I was physically fit in my mind's eye. And that would be, I was a competitive swimmer when I was 10 years old, and then probably my last year of high school. Those are big gaps in between, and then now also. So, I've struggled with weight for a long time. And, sometimes I lose it quick, sometimes I lose it slow, sometimes I gain it quick, sometimes I gain it slow. It's very iffy. Bodies are bodies and we love them so much, but sometimes it's this close. So being a competitive swimmer, I'm going to talk more about that. I have in my notes, I failed at all other sports. I kid you not, I did. So, let's talk about it. I wasn't one for hockey. I know, a Canadian that didn't play hockey, jump scare, but I didn't. I'm sorry. I have love for the sport. It's not my favorite sport. I have love for it. Obviously, I'm a Canadian. I have to like hockey, but I just, no. So when it came to trying out different sports to do, we started off with soccer. I liked watching soccer, or football in England. I loved it. I do still really enjoy watching it. So in grade 1, my parents signed me up for indoor soccer camp. I'm sorry. And I can laugh about this now. So I was good in practices. I was the bomb in practices. So great. But in games was where I didn't succeed at all. So I remember our coach distinctly saying to the girls, you need to have your hair tied up. And if your hair is not tied up, you're benched. Or something like that. I'm probably remembering it totally wrong because it felt traumatic to me that there was high stakes with hair being tied up. So I was playing goalie and I lost my hair elastic. So I was looking for it. I'm in grade 1. I'm a little 6-year-old. You're gonna get mad at me for this? But anyways, no one did. But I think my family just laughed. It was comedy nights for them. Anyways. So I was looking for it and let a goal in. Well, I wasn't allowed to be goalie anymore. and then, because there was this one, it was more like a basketball court, but another soccer team was using the field. So we had to go to play soccer at this on the basketball court, which was interesting. And they had lines everywhere, right, to mark out the different like bases and everything like that. And so y'all are gonna love this. There's a running track above that particular court, and um, they played music for the runners. And 6-year-old me having big dreams and goals of being involved in music, I would dance. I would be dancing and hopping in between the lines and completely having fun. Not soccer went over my head. And I was really good in practices. I was. But games, I was like, there were no high stakes for me. I was like, oh well. And so, after that, and because I felt like I was getting made fun of by my family because they kept talking about it, I quit soccer. Could have stayed on. I wanted to stay on, but at the same time, I was kind of, little me was sad that I was getting made fun of. Well, I wasn't getting made fun of, obviously. It was really endearing for my family to watch me be very cute like that. But at the time, I thought they were making fun of me. So I quit. Because, little girl me didn't want to feel that way anymore. And so, another sport I tried was, I think this was kindergarten. So, like, before soccer, which I should have done this first, but is figure skating. Because, like, my sister was playing ringette and hockey, and my mom wanted me to do a sport, and so I chose figure skating. There's only so much they can teach you as a kindergartner, though, right? So I could have stayed with it, but skates scare me. Like, I cannot go ice skating to this day. It's terrifying. I don't like it. I have a sense of balance, and maybe I'll get there one day where I can comfortably not figure skate, but comfortably skate on the ice. But it's just a no-go right now. Not at all. But it was like the big presentation, and we were skating. We were all in like little hula skirts, and it was really cute. But as we were skating, I was so scared. I was looking down to watch where I was going. And what they didn't tell us, and I get why they wouldn't tell, like, kindergartners before they went on the ice, but what they didn't tell us was that before us, a girl skated, she fell on the ice and it hit her head, and she was getting checked out by the paramedics. So she ended up being fine. It was just a concussion. But basically, while I was skating and looking down, I saw little specks of blood on the ice. And I was petrified. That day in itself just instilled in me that I'm never ice skating again. Because also, I was in kindergarten, so I was allowed to make big statements like that. And, yeah. So, obviously, those two experiences, I look back at, like, fondly, because it's hilarious just what little kid you does, It's like, I got away with that? Like, oh my gosh. Or, like, I thought that? That's crazy. But, so, then I went into, like, a couple years later, obviously, competitive swimming. So, swimming is an essential skill in life, for sure. Had to learn swimming anyways. But I did competitive swimming, and I kind of loved it. I had a blast. I genuinely, I played mermaids all the time already, so I love the water. Like, it was really fun, and I was good. I was. And then I think just for so long, like, such long amounts of time swimming in chlorine, the smell of chlorine just started to make me feel sick. And, like, one day I got really sick, like, I was about to dive off the diving board, and then all of a sudden, like, the room was trippy, and I collapsed on the pool floor, and they had to, like, wheel me out on a wheelchair. It was scary, and so I actually haven't swam since, and I don't often go to pools either. So, I mean, it's been a long time since that as well. Like, it's, I think, also, too, just that the smell of chlorine at the same time as going to dive in the water was just, is, ugh, it's still overwhelming. Like, when I go and smell chlorine, I still get a little sick, and so, like, I swim in pools, sure, sometimes, but it's still a big thing for me. I love dancing, though. I will say, like, especially in high school, I did all 3 levels of dance because I just love dance so much. And, I was in show choir and musical theater and drama a little bit. And then in my high school, we had this thing called Glee. So if you haven't watched the TV series Glee and you don't know what Glee is basically singing and performing songs. And, like, covers of songs, obviously. But, yeah. So I did Glee also. But I love dancing. And it was so much fun. I still do it a little bit, and I still remember some choreography from high school. But, I'm trying to get into it more. Like, I mean, I've said on my TikTok that I do workout dances. I do the channel, like, The Fitness Marshall. If you've never heard of him, he's really fun. He's great. He does really good dance workout videos, so I follow him sometimes. And then also, too, like, I'm trying to learn K-pop dances because I love K-pop, and then just songs that already have choreography to them. Mwah, my cup of tea. And it actually, the K-pop choreography is what got me into K-pop, which is actually really great. So there's, like, I want to learn K-pop choreography for sure. Again, not at that point yet. My fitness level is not the greatest. Another thing that makes me struggle with losing weight is PCOS. So I got diagnosed with PCOS in grade 11 or 12, and I listened to my doctor when he prescribed me birth control for my symptoms, and I might cry, sorry. That made it worse. Not only did I feel like an insane person on birth control, but I gained weight rapidly. Like, sure, my eating habits also at the time weren't the best. So, there's that. But I think also, too, that was me just trying to cope with the stress of the hormones and the stress of being diagnosed. And so that just made me gain 10 times faster. And I haven't been able to lose a lot since. And it's unfortunate. And if you don't know what PCOS is, it's polycystic ovary syndrome. Basically, it is cysts on your ovaries. And, someone asked me one time, is it painful? No, I wouldn't say it is, honestly. I didn't even know I had them until I was diagnosed. So, yeah, but it hurts your body a lot more than it helps. And I'm being open about this. I'm completely, like, being vulnerable right now about my health, and I know that is a lot to put out on social media into the world, but this is my brand, is being vulnerable and honest and authentic with you guys, and raw and natural and real. So it's hard to talk about for me. If you know someone, or you are also struggling with PCOS and you have any tips, I would love some, because I'm going crazy. I'm not going to go back on birth control because I just hated the way it made me feel. So, not a chance. Let's move on. So my progress right now, I have worked out a little bit, and I'm like starting to eat better a little bit. Any progress is good progress, in my opinion, at this point right now. So I worked out, if you haven't been watching my my end of the year arc series on TikTok, for 2 weeks, for 1 week I walked home from work, and then for another week I walked to and from work. So that was kind of my exercise. Like, I've been walking a lot more. I worked out yesterday. I haven't working out today yet. So I'm trying to work out every day, or at least 3 times a week. I'm aiming for every day, because I know you're supposed to have a rest day, but my rest day will be yoga and Pilates, because I want to make sure I can just physically do things that I want to do. Like, I want to do push-ups one day, or like do pull-ups. I want to work out better than what I am able to right now, and that requires a lot of strength and cardio training. So my goal is to work out every day, but whether I get there or not, I'll let you guys know. My goals also too, that goes into my goals. So I'm not gonna say my weight right now. I don't believe I've ever revealed that. But I am aiming to be 175 pounds eventually. I don't know when, but I know it's gonna happen. It's just getting there. So yeah, part of my goals are working out every day, eating more healthier. I'm trying to see, because normally I do 2 big meals every day, like a big brunch and then a big supper. And I mean, that's not entirely healthy. So I want to try and add intermittent fasting, as well as, this morning I only had, I put protein powder in my coffee, and that's all I had. And so I'm aiming for, smaller breakfasts like that, and then, figuring out what's healthy for lunch and supper. I know you need to fit in 2 snacks as well. I'm just not at that point right now. And my relationship with the kitchen isn't the greatest. I can cook. I don't like the feeling of being in the kitchen right now. And so I have to deal with that. That's kind of more of a mental thing than a physical thing. My advice. Do I have advice? I don't know. Am I experienced enough to have advice? I don't know. But, I mean, one thing that has helped me is, finding a workout you love. Or, not even love, but you enjoy doing. I enjoy dancing, so that's why I'm starting with that. I'm starting with dance workouts because I love dancing already. It's easy for me to just grind. And then also too, because I mentioned Lisa from Blackpink in my last podcast episode, and she does Pilates, and I've heard Pilates is also really good for PCOS. So that is also part of my goals. So far, I only have it planned for one day a week. But we'll see. I'm trying here. And honestly, my advice is just to keep trying, keep going, even when you're tired. Like, oftentimes when you're tired is the most important is when you have to. I'm trying to think of any other advice I have. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you guys, like, I'm being open and honest and like raw in my emotions, raw in my emotions. I don't know what advice I have to give, honestly, because I'm trying my best. Like, I wake up every day and I do what I can, and that looks different each day. And I opened up about it on TikTok because that's really hard, is because you plan something and then the day for what you planned comes and you're exhausted and you feel completely different, and maybe you can't do it all the way, or maybe you can't do it at all, and that's okay. It is okay to feel different the day you go to do something you planned earlier. And unfortunately, like, today in life, a lot of people beat themselves up over it. Like, oh, I didn't follow my schedule, I didn't count my calories, I didn't work out. Like, breathe. It's not the end of the world. Okay? Like, one day is fine, but multiple days isn't. And that's what I've learned. And that's what I need to try and stop doing, because I don't only have one day. I have weeks or months or years. So, I'm trying to get out of that and just try. Honestly, if you wake up tomorrow and you say to yourself, I am going to try and go for a walk, and you only make it down the driveway, that's okay. Try to go further tomorrow. That's my advice. I want to end with positive vibes because I tackled some big topics here. Yeah. Positive vibes. What can we do for positive vibes? Sending positive vibes your way. I don't know. You got this. I got this. If I am out here living my life on social media vulnerably, I mean, I don't even know if I'm getting views or likes. I'm just being me to the camera and posting it and just hoping it lands on the right people's feeds. And if I can do it, because part of my goals is to be, like, I don't like to say influencer, because what am I influencing? But to be a social media presence and to be a singer and an actress, and I'm like marketing myself here, you know, podcast hosting, and I'm hosting this unedited podcast that I can only post on YouTube, you know? So if I can do this, so can you. If I can talk about my goals, or if I can do my goals, and yeah, sure, I'm not exactly filming them. I'm still really, you know, I'm not confident enough in my body to film me working out. I'm not at that point yet. Maybe in the future. But, like, I'm not saying if you don't want to be, like, a content creator, you don't have to do what I'm doing and, like, everything. But I'm just saying, like, if I can write down goals and try to achieve them, so can you. It's something everybody can do. And you can do it. I believe in you. I am talking to everyone from my small corner of the world in my small town in Canada. I believe in you. And if you ever need someone to say that to you, feel free to message me on my social media. I'm going through a rebrand, I think I said in my last podcast video, so my social medias have changed. Once I figure out what those are, they will be in the description. Feel free to reach out to me if you want positive vibes or someone to cheer you on, or you need to talk to somebody. Let me know. I'm also currently trying to develop a Discord server. Sorry, I keep hiccuping. Oh my goodness. I'm also just trying to establish a Discord server so that I can also build a community and make it a safe place for everybody to share their journeys, interact with each other, and, get help and advice if they want it. Until that happens, you can always reach out to me via DM and talk to me. I want to get to know everyone. I don't just want a fandom or a fan base. I want connection and community. And so I know that's not today's topic of the podcast, but it's positive vibes I'm sending out. And if you need positive vibes, let me know. I will give you positive vibes. I will be your number one supporter. I don't expect support back. Of course, I would love support back, but if you are going through a hard time and you need someone to reach out to, need to reach out to somebody, or you just need someone to say something positive to you or give you advice, reach out to me. I am always open and willing to give love and positive vibes and hugs and all the good energy. So that's it for today's episode. I went off the rails a little bit, but come on, who can blame me? I'm talking about you guys here. And I love all of my viewers, and I love everyone who clicks on my videos and interacts with me. And sure, that sounds weird to say, especially with my small following and my small amount of likes, but I don't care. I genuinely love everybody, and I see the best in people, so that means you too. Thank you guys so much. Bye.